Welcome to the HyperFast Show, where we believe unlimited growth in business and life is created by surrounding yourself with people who have been where you are going. Learning from others allows you to compress time and grow hyper fast. And now, here are your hosts, Keri Shull and Dan Lesniak. Keri and Dan are real estate developers, best-selling authors, billion-dollar agents, and million-dollar agent makers. And now, get ready to grow hyper fast.
Hey, HyperFast agents. Welcome to the HyperFast Podcast. I am so excited for today. We're here with my friend Brittiny, who's had an incredible start in the real estate industry. In about 4 years, you're approaching 200 transactions. Is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, looking back, I cannot believe, I don't know. I'm just like completely shocked, a little disappointed with myself. This year is our year. Oh, no, high D personality. I'm like,
ambition is off the charts.
Yeah, I can taste it. I can taste success. This year we should either match what we've done in the last 4 years or exceed, and I plan to exceed it. So there you go.
I love it.
I'm so excited.
The other thing I love about you, you have this attitude where you want everyone to win.
Yeah,
and on your team, that's really important to you.
For sure.
So I think what we should start off with is just kind of talking about why you believe you've had such a fast path to success and what you've done different than most of the agents out there that are still struggling to hit 10 transactions, 15 transactions, and have been in the business for 20 years, right?
Yeah. So I think I was lucky in that there's this group called Lab Coat Agents, and I joined it, and from there I met my real estate coach. So I have been in coaching for nearly 3 years, and that kind of showed me things that I didn't know were possible. Where I thought that in 2015 I closed 19 units. I thought I was doing great until I met Amanda Thompson-Todd. She did like 18 million in 21 months. And I was like, oh God, okay, I got to catch up. So I did. I didn't do 18 million, but I mean, I hit the units and all that good stuff. So I never knew kind of what was possible until I started coaching. Social media and Facebook groups like yours and everywhere else kind of show you, hey, wait, you're kind of setting the limit and the bar too low. You need to raise up. So.
That's awesome.
That's my growth.
And
seriously.
You know that's my start too, right? I did 19 transactions my first year. Yeah.
Oh
and everybody was like, oh, you're doing great.
Right.
And I thought, I want more. I want to understand what's possible, but I didn't have a vision yet.
Correct, yeah.
So being around, take it from Brittiny, guys. Yeah. Being around people who have already done what you want to do is critical to compress time and fast track your success.
Correct. Hire a coach, because for me, even though I know it's a hard financial commitment, I mean, I was 13 months in, didn't really know if this would work or not. It was probably the biggest ROI I've ever had. Screw Zillow, screw Realtor.com, screw the rest of these lead sources and all these shiny objects. Have somebody tell you what to do and what not to do. It's like, I don't know, now looking back, it's rocket science. Before, it was kind of like, oh my God, this is so much money. So, spend the money.
Yeah, I totally agree. You guys know that. Excellent advice.
Yeah.
So you got a coach.
Yes.
Now, when you think about most agents out there, their challenge is how do they generate leads?
Right.
So talk to us about in the beginning when you were starting to focus on generating leads, what are the different pillars of success that you had in your business with lead generation?
So I am, I guess, an oddity, and I didn't know it. I didn't find out I was an oddity until about 6 or 9 months in. I bought internet leads, Zillow leads 3 weeks in because they called me. It made sense to me. I'm not from Louisiana originally where I live. And so it was kind of rough for me to use my sphere of influence because I didn't have one. Mm-hmm. So I bought internet leads. I remember I was licensed March 19th. April 8th, I bought them. April 10th, I was out showing somebody. I YouTubed how to convert a lead. It just did.
So super resourceful.
I guess.
And not afraid.
No, I was never afraid. I didn't know. I didn't know I should have been afraid. I just thought that's what everybody did because I was, Gusty Goulas is in Alabama, and he talks about it on YouTube. And so basically he said that he'd done, I don't know, like 300 transactions with Zillow. And I was like, okay, I'll do that too. I'll just do what he did.
Nice.
Yeah, I just copy people.
Well, you know what? The copying people thing, though, that is a trait that is a pattern I see in really successful people. They don't have too much ego to copy. If it's working, why not execute fast and get it done, right?
I will never try to reinvent the wheel. I'll call you, Keri. How'd you do that? You know
what
I mean?
I'll call you too.
Right.
And that's why we do events like we're doing today.
Correct,
because it just jumpstarts our success all over again at different plateaus in our business.
Correct. And it's almost as if like a spark goes off. Like you've said things and I was like, oh, why didn't I think of it? Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Do you know what I mean? Or not stupid, but it's like, how did you miss that? It was sitting right here all that time and you missed it. And so it's just things like that propel your business. So you have to come to the conferences. You have to get the coaches because you have no idea what you don't know. And I have beat my head against the wall, even with the coach, because I'm a little bit stubborn. I'll beat myself against the wall going, I don't understand. And then my coach will say something and I'm like, why didn't you say that before? And they're like, we did. You didn't listen. So,
it's just how you interpret it in the moment with where you are with your business, right?
Yeah. And mental state too, for sure.
Absolutely. The mindset is a huge part of
Agreed.
when you're ready to do what's necessary. So, okay, you get leads on Zillow. It takes you like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happens from there? You start converting there.
I do. And then I was lucky enough that my income didn't matter. So I could use, my husband just let me whatever came in and converted, I was able to put back in. So then I got Commissions Inc., another lead platform. So when I got Commissions Inc., I remember them saying, I remember it being a huge financial commitment going, oh my God, it's a lot of money. I'm already paying for this. Now I'm paying for this too. But converted my first one 2 days later too. I mean, I had my first closing for Commissions Inc. Within 45 days. And then I think I had like 8 or 9 that month and all kind of stacking up. After that, I started thinking that I was getting listings because, I was still a new agent and the listings were starting to come. And then I started going, I'll just do an open house. So I Googled it. I mean, YouTube, Google. I Googled how to do it and I was trying to see, the kind of way that I wanted it done. I liked coming soon. In my market, you can't do that. I've learned the hard way, that one. But if you can't do it in your market, post coming soon. And I did the open houses. And at the time, I mean, I was dual agent on a lot of my things for my open houses. And I didn't know I was doing anything special until later. I thought everybody was doing it because Google tells you so.
It just made sense.
Well, Google tells you everybody is. So.
Yeah.
If it's on Google, it must be true.
Okay, so so this is interesting because at this point, did you have a coach or was YouTube your coach?
YouTube and Google were my coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you took the time to study what other successful people were saying, so you weren't just winging it. You were following multiple examples of different people who were succeeding already.
Correct. I mean, my very good friend Tristan says this because I say, Tristan, I'm not anything special. I didn't do anything special. He said, Brittany, you did everything. You implemented everything. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm an implementer then.
Yes.
Because I would always call myself the number one emulator. And he was like, no, but you do it. And I was like, oh. And I was like, why wouldn't other people do it? I mean, everybody, like, it's kind of like, I can't think of the guy who said the quote, Warren Buffett. You can tell 100 people in a room exactly how you made $1 billion. Only 2 people will listen. And
absolutely.
I think that's the silliest thing I've ever heard, but it's the truth.
It is the truth. So, it's one of the reasons
why
I feel like I'm willing to share anything with everyone.
Correct.
Because it doesn't make me afraid. I have an abundance mindset, right? And so do you.
Right.
And so I'm comfortable giving my playbook for everything, because even to the people in my own market, because I know that there's so few people that will execute it and there's enough business to go around.
Correct. I mean, in our market, there are usually the top 1% all have an abundant mindset. The issue is the bottom, right? Where they're coming from a place of scarcity, not realizing there were only 2,600 producing agents in my market. We sold, I think, 11,000 houses last year. I'm like, if you do the math, that's like almost 250 to 300 units per agent that is producing. Like, there's more than enough for us all. Like, so I'll tell everybody anything. Like, ask me, I'll tell you, open book.
Yeah, me too. That's cool. Yeah. That's a good way to be, I think.
I do too, because the other way, if you're always kind of huddled around things and trying to hide behind corners and put on masks and be so secretive, it makes you a different person.
Yeah, it makes you not yourself.
Correct, yeah.
What I think makes all of us successful in this business is that we genuinely care about people.
Right.
And so when you have that mindset and someone's asking for your help and you're not sharing, it almost sets you up to not be the person who would succeed in the business at the same time. Your 3 lead sources were Zillow, Commissions Inc., and then open houses started to come.
Well, I didn't understand. So in our market, and I'm sure in everybody's market, and even still now, people say, oh, open houses are bad. They don't work. And I'm like, maybe you're not doing it right. Like, I'm like, okay, well, because they're working for us. Usually for my agents, every 5 open houses gets us a contract. So those are the numbers. I didn't realize it until I started tracking, which was something that I learned from like everybody else.
Yeah.
I didn't know you're supposed to do that. So when I started tracking where it came in, I was like, okay, well, if I have 10 agents, because right now on my team I have 10 agents, if I have everyone doing at minimum 2 open houses a month, then every month and a half, they're going to get a client from the open house. And some of them have gotten it much sooner. So
That's awesome.
yeah, they're excited.
So this is one of the things that we've talked about in the past. And as someone who's recently started a real estate coaching business, right? I listen to what some of the, thank you. It's really exciting. I listen to what some of the other coaches are saying, and I think to myself, they are full of shit. They are trying to convince agents to join their program, and so they just tell them what they want to hear, which is you don't have to do open houses. I think that is complete.
Don't buy internet leads. They're bad.
So my personal thing is, okay, if a coach is saying that, then they either don't know how to do open houses or they're just trying to be, it's like a seller when you tell them,
Correct.
Yes, your house is worth $1 million. Like, I
Correct.
know all of you out there don't want to do open houses.
Correct.
I hear you.
Correct.
But guess what? They're money makers and the leads are free.
Correct.
So it's a poor decision, especially when you're getting started in the business and you're trying to figure out how to grow, to not get amazingly talented at open houses. It's just silly.
Correct. And so if you think about this, even with the internet leads, what is the number one thing you're trying to do? Set the appointment, get face-to-face. With an open house person, when they come in statistically, and I learned this from Jesse with Call Action, they are 8 to 12 weeks out from writing a contract. If you don't want to do your open houses, call me, especially if you're in her market, because my average price point's not that high. Call me. I'll come do it for you. I'm happy to. I'll give you a referral fee. It's okay. That'll work for me. So there you go.
And you'll make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, this is crazy, but I know the statistics for our team personally. We netted over $1 million in 2 years from
I'm
doing
about to
open
drop my
houses. Yeah.
Mic drop.
I mean, over $1 million in 2 years. That's a lot of money, guys. So in your market, this is something you have to get at. We have a course specifically on it that talks
amazing.
about what you need to do to execute at an open house, the scripts, the body language, like every single piece of it. Because I don't know if you know this, but I sold new homes first. So my day-to-day,
a little bit,
5 days a week,
Wow.
all I had for a lead source was a permanent open house.
Right,
so I got pretty good at it.
Right.
And you're obviously very good at it too.
I've created buyer survival guides. I can send it to you. It's cool if you need it. Survival guides for buyers. Basically, Gary V, one of my favorite people, one of your favorite people. I know, I'm so jealous that you get to know him, right? Jab, 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 right hook, right? So I'm value, 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 value. I'm never really asking them for anything. I'm more asking, how can I help you? How can I make this process the easiest process ever? You don't have to go look with anybody else. You know why? Because I just sent you my website. It has everything. Zillow's not as up to date as my website. Realtor.com isn't. Mine's updating every 15 minutes. Here's mine. And not only that, do you like this neighborhood? What don't you like about this neighborhood? There are more houses. Would you like to see these houses? And it goes on and on and on. I've had several versions of teams, and when I dissolved my team in 2018, I decided to automate a lot of things where basically I only wanted to talk to somebody who was raising their hand saying, hey, I want to buy a house. In order to do that, I had to build out these drip campaigns. So I built out a drip campaign that's, I think it's 3 months or something like that long, with video and text messages and emails and voicemail drops and all these different things to kind of help me. So as an individual agent, which I was most of last year, I was still able to succeed with my open houses.
Well, and now your agents are succeeding at a
Yeah,
high
they are.
level because
Yeah.
they're plugged into what worked for you.
They're plugged in. They're excited. Like they're out also, it's so funny. They're fighting over open houses now with the listings. They're like, no, I want that listing. So it's funny. We have in our average price point, I think it's like 200 for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have a listing for 600. Nobody wants to do that one because they're like, no, well, the buyer pool is so small, right? So they're like, no, we don't want that one. Can we get this one? I mean, this one looks really hot. Can we do this one? So they're arguing over the open houses. It's amazing. My team is probably, I don't know, our culture is such a good culture that they make me happy to wake up in the morning and talk to them.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
So on our team, we have the same fight over open houses,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was hard because I saw the value in open houses and they didn't yet. It was probably more like, I'm dating myself here. It was really 2010 is when we started. In 2011, I struggled with this because they didn't have the same fire and desire to do open houses. Now, fast forward to today, the way they get to pick, so we actually have it set up. If they convert and ratify a contract in the previous week, they get first choice.
Oh, nice. I love that.
So then it incentivizes them to close out their open house leads to keep getting the best pick. And if they picked the right one, like some of our open houses are $2 million open houses that will have traffic because they're the first weekend on, right? So if you're the one who closes and converts and you get first choice, that's amazing. The second category, who gets to choose next, is whoever booked an appointment from the previous week.
I love this.
And they put that into a form, so then they're working with the sales manager to select their open houses.
I can't wait to watch this because I don't have like a pen and paper. Like I wish that I had a pen so I could like write that down. Like that's brilliant because for me it's kind of fastest finger gets it right. Like fastest raiser raises their hand. So I love that. Oh my gosh.
It incentivizes them to keep producing, right? And keep doing a good job with it. And the other thing I like about it, if you hire someone new, they're a little timid to raise their hand because they don't want to step on toes. But ultimately, you want to reward the people who are the most successful. And so it's a way of them getting their foot in the door. In fact, today, one of our brand new agents just ratified an open house deal. So she'll get first choice next week.
So
it's
what
pretty
happens
cool.
if more than one ratifies?
It's in an order, right? So if it ratifies, I don't know whether we do it by price point or whether we do it by the number of ratifies for sure. So if one person ratifies 2 from an open, they would get first choice. But if there's 4 of them, then
I'll flip a coin. I'll just tell them pick a number. And put it in random.com. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't me. I didn't choose.
And then once you get through that and you go to the appointments, there's a bigger group of them, and so they have to kind of play nice and figure out what works. And then the rest of them get the next choices.
I love that. I've never thought about that. You see, this is what happens when you mastermind.
Collaboration works, guys. It's huge.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Cool. So one of the things that I learned from you at the last conference was about the automated follow-up. So when Brittany was doing her talk at the last Lab Coat Agents, one of the things that I learned, she said, hey, opt in and learn how we're doing this. And I got a text message from you that was like very helpful and providing some sort of value, reminding me that there were open houses that weekend, like a very casual, hey, I'm going to be in the area. Are you interested in looking at houses this weekend? I probably got those twice a week for a little while and then once a week. Is that right?
Yeah, it goes twice a week, once a week. The link to the open houses it moves dynamic. So because it links back to my Commissions Inc. site, which is constantly updating, so I don't ever have to touch it. It just goes, boop. Did you get my video yet?
I don't think I did.
I'll check on that.
Okay. Was it email though or text?
No, it was text, but it's probably later in the sequence.
Okay. And I don't think I did
yet.
I'm
wearing like a little baseball cap, and I just came from the gym, y'all.
Oh, nice. So it's like a very casual, let's get to know each other better.
Most of my videos, back then when I created the site, I probably need to update, was when I just started losing weight and I could just tell the difference. Where I wasn't exactly comfortable, you can tell when I'm not comfortable. Usually I'm in a baseball cap and I'm on a video like, hi, it's Brittany. But now I'm more comfortable in front of video because I think I'm more comfortable with myself, or I just don't care anymore. I don't give a shit. So it's one or the other, but
or
whichever
you're
way it
walking
goes.
down the aisle to it's Brittany, bitch. That was her walk-up song at the last event, guys.
So funny story. Every time I meet people, they say, hi, Whitney. And I'm like, my name is Brittany. Hi, Whitney. Pretty sure my name's Brittany. Hi, Whitney. And finally, I told Tristan, next time I speak at an LCA event, I want is Brittany, bitch. So that everybody understands it's Brittany. So I hadn't had a problem since then, though. So there's that.
There's that. It works. So again, we're going to just repeat that this time, right?
It's Brittany, bitch.
That's funny.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, so take us to today. Okay. You've got all this automation set up. You've got the videos. You're hiring a team now. So for people out there that have a team, how have you found the people who have contributed to this winning culture?
So I decided that at first I was all about KPIs. KPIs. Hey, you're not hitting your calls, you're fired. You're not hitting your calls, you're fired, 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 fired. Hey, you hadn't done this. I don't really care about you as a person, even though I did, but you're not hitting these numbers and you're fired. And the numbers say you should have done this. I don't care that your mom died or something. Not that bad. But I don't care if you had a huge situation go on in your life, you didn't hit the numbers, you can't blah, blah, blah. As a person, that's not who I am, right? So I kept pretending and trying to be something that I wasn't. And finally I decided, screw this shit. I'm going to do this my way. And my way was to build based on culture. Now we have a $300 referral fee. So any agent that brings in another agent for their first 10 closings, they get $300 each. Most of my agents have been recruited by the other ones. So we're all working with friends and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't beat anybody over the head. Like if they're not making their calls, now I call them and say, hey, is everything okay? Is there anything you need my help with? What can I help you with? I'm noticing your calls are down. Is it a conversion issue? Are you burnt out? Do you need a break? Because that's the reality of it. If you're making 700 calls one week and then 2 weeks later you're making 3 calls, something happened. Either you're busy with a lot of conversions, or you're tired. And I also hired an ISA, by the way. I learned that from you.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm looking for my second one right now because my first one's getting burnt out too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's huge. So it's interesting because I think if I were to guess, the whole idea that you have to have these KPIs and hold people to them and the accountability, that also comes from copying other people as well. Right?
Correct.
So it's a pattern that's worked. And this is something I really want to point out because I believe it's a really valuable insight. There are things that you're going to copy from other people that work. And then there are things that you're going to copy that don't feel authentic to you.
Right.
And so you just said it. Like I was doing this and this is what I was focused on and it wasn't me. And it didn't fit. And so for me, in growing my team, now I have 40 agents on the team.
That's my
and I have
goal, by the way.
30 support staff. So we have 70 people on our team.
Oh my goodness.
It's huge. And it's a delicate balance to have accountability and to focus on their numbers and to be tuned into how they're doing and what's going on to continue to accelerate their growth. Because ultimately, if people don't keep growing, which some of my people are, my top producer did 46 million in volume last year, right?
She would be the number one agent in our board with that volume.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if someone does 46 million and you want to keep the fire burning within them, you have to figure out how to support their growth in a different way. And part of that is uncharted territory for us.
Right.
I haven't talked to a lot of people who are producing at that level, right? One of our agents this year's goal is 100 transactions.
Right.
So when you think about what that means for your system, and it creates this incredible vision for everyone else on the team of what they can create, the financial impact being on the team can have in their life, but it's also, it's a lot of people to watch closely when you have that much money that you're spending on leads.
Correct.
And so one of the things I've had to deal with is, okay, as I'm trying to duplicate myself and create a sales manager for that role and a sales manager for the ISAs, and how do I do that and maintain the right performance and care?
Right, exactly, and not be
Yes.
So, right.
Yes.
We have I implemented a 2-day training, which was actually at LCA 1. I think it was a brainchild. A week later, it started. Since I started the 2-day training, everything has changed as well. The first thing we talk about is culture. Like and literally, I think I say this statement. We have to produce at a high level because we give turkeys away at Thanksgiving. We give a turkey away per closing. I'm not going to lie to the public and tell them we're giving X amount away. So we need to give these turkeys away. We have to do this. This isn't about us anymore. It's not about our families anymore. Now it's about the community. If that doesn't fit for you, it's okay. I love you, but you got to go.
Yep.
And that's really the only harsh thing I say. And I said, up front, and everybody's like, oh my God, I love that. I love that, that you're giving away. And I said, I'm not giving away. We're giving away because we did this. This is no longer about me. This is now bigger than us. It's for our community. So I think my mission statement is altruistic. You're going to ask me what it means. And today I'm going to say, I have no idea. That's horrible to not know your mission statement, right? But I have no idea what it is. But we lead with that and we kind of go into the KPIs from there. And
well, just to point out, she only got 3 hours of sleep
I
this
did.
week. So she's going to, when we post this, she's going to comment what that mission statement is because it's working for her and she's very tired.
I know. I think it's always committed. L is leadership. The T is taking time to help other people. I can't remember the rest because I can't remember how to spell the word right
we
now
need
because
to
I'm
phone
tired.
somebody on your team. No, we're gonna actually tell you guys what it is because it's meaningful and it's making a difference.
We also do. Amanda Thompson Todd had a "Let Me Love on You" sheet. Let me love on you sheet. Sorry, I mumbled. And basically, I'm asking them what they like. What's your love language? I'm a DI, right? My love language is money. There is everything else that's sweet. You know what I mean? You got me flowers. Okay. So, but you give me money. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I can go do this or whatever. But some people's love language is a cup of coffee, a hug, flowers. I don't think in that term, so I need them to tell me so I won't forget.
Yeah.
I want to know when your kid's birthday is. You know what I mean? Like I want to know those things, and that's what's on that sheet.
That's
It's been
cool.
helpful.
We have a similar thing and we do it for clients too. Do you guys do it for clients?
We just started.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's really cool. They really appreciate it when you give them things that they care about.
Correct. And I also, before I was headed over here, I'm starting this some kind of weird card. I don't know the name of it. I'll get it for you. Where you can you can do a video. I know it works for you, right? But you can scan the QV code or QR code on it, and it plays the video for the people.
Oh, cool.
On a card. So it can be like, happy birthday, love you, miss you. So
Nice.
I really like that. Yeah, I'm playing around with a lot of stuff right now.
Very cool.
With video because I'm here with her. So
Well, I'm pretty obsessed with video.
just a little bit.
So, while we're on video.
Right.
So, if you were to leave people watching today with one insight that you feel is going to take you to the next level, they're looking to get to your level, but if you're trying to help take them past where you are today, what's the thing that you see in yourself that needs to shift to hit the next level?
So for me personally, I had a mindset block. I did not believe that I could hit any of these massive numbers, right? It was kind of like, okay, well, oh my God, okay, there you go, Brittany, you did 50 again. That is awesome. What is wrong with you, right? It was more of listening to people like Keri, like some of the other ones in the industry that we know, and starting to implement and starting to see that Keri's not very different from us. Like, she's pretty super sweet, you know what I mean? Like, hilarious. I rub her belly. She's pregnant. But it's more of a get out of your own way. And if somebody says that something doesn't work for them, that's okay. That doesn't mean it can't work for you. That's probably my biggest thing. Internet leads aren't supposed to work, right? Guess what? We're killing it on them.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
open houses aren't supposed to work. Guess what? Every 5th open house, I get a contract. So I'm going to do them like, I think we're doing 8 or 10 a month on open houses right now.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's all I have. Don't listen to negativity. Fill yourself with light, and light will come to you. There you go.
I mean, that's actually brilliant, though. Don't
Yeah.
listen to the other people, especially the people who aren't succeeding at a high level.
Correct.
If somebody who's not succeeding at a high level tells you something doesn't work, your interpretation needs to be it doesn't work for them.
Correct.
But it can work for you, and you just need to emulate the people who are succeeding.
Or maybe there's something that they missed in how they did it that somebody else had. I mean, I honestly, I can't think of one thing in real estate right now that doesn't work. I'm talking print. If you do it right, it works. I don't do it, but it works if you do it right. Video, internet, Facebook, Instagram. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. I've never seen one thing that does not work. You just have to do it long enough for it to work.
And